Hello again, people of the Den. It is yet another Monday, and that means your Monday Den host, Evan, is here kicking off this week's round of videos. This week, we're going to be talking about something that's very close to all of us. We're telling you about our favorite games! Now, as you may have noticed, the Den is not exactly a mature collection of individuals. We're not exactly grown-ups. So we love games! So, I guess we're just going to get right into it. Those are drinking games, of course. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail on how they work because you can figure all that out with a quick Google search. You don't need me to tell you that. But what you do need is to get a group of friends and play some of these because they are awesome. For starters, the classic that makes an appearance at pretty much every party I throw. I picked this one up in my second year of university, so you know you're going to be doing a lot of drinking. It is called Ride the Bus. Essentially how it works is one person deals and everybody else answers questions about the cards that he's dealing and drinks when they're wrong. Can't guess whether it's going to be higher or lower than the last card? Drink. Can't guess whether it's going to be red or black card? Drink. Can't guess what suit it's going to be? Drink. It is an amazing way to bring up the drunkenness level of your entire party from, oh yeah, I'm buzzing, to, oh shit, I'm drunk. And then everybody has fun. My second favorite drinking game, and this one's been around for fucking ever, known by many names, the one and only beer pong. This one is about as straightforward as you can ever get. You fill up several cups about halfway to 3/4 of the way full, line them up into a nice little triangle on one end of a table, and the other end of the table does the same thing, and you throw little ping pong balls across the table and sink them. Pretty basic, pretty fun, pretty drunk. Another one of my favorite drinking games is not so conducive to drinking copious amounts of alcohol as most of them are. This one's actually great for a casual night where you and your buddies are just hanging out, drinking some beers, and you're saying, what the fuck are we gonna do? Here's what you're gonna do. Step 1, draw up a fake mustache. Any kind of mustache will do, though realistically, the ones off the Monopoly Man, the Pringles guy, or Mario are your best bet. Does not have to be a very well-drawn mustache. As you can see, my mustache piece down here is kind of a disaster. So draw yourself a mustache. Then, step 2 is to cut this mustache out. Careful using scissors, you're drinking, don't run with them. And step 3, once you have your mustache drawn and cut out, you actually tape it right onto your TV. I know it sounds crazy and stupid because you spent so much money on a TV. Just make little tape rings, just little ones. They'll come off real easy, won't leave any residue, and it's worth it. And then you just slap that bitch right on there somewhere around the center. Then what you do afterwards is you play any movie. Preferably one that's not too depressing. It's going to keep the vibe of your party going, going to keep everybody having fun and laughing. Any movie at all. And the entire point of this game is you have that mustache sitting on your screen, and whenever one of the characters moves their face so that the mustache lines up with where it should be on their mouth, you drink. Now, we don't actually have an official name for this game yet. We've kind of just been referring to it as the Magic Mustache. If you can come up with something better, please let me know. Write down in the comments, and I'll change that right away. This next drinking game, again, doesn't really have a name. We just kind of call it Lefties Only. But if you're left-handed, that doesn't really work. Essentially, how the game works is everybody has their beer. That's easy. Everybody has one anyway. Where it gets fun is you have to hold your beer in your dominant hand, always. You don't get to put it down on a table. You don't put it in your other hand to light a smoke, or grab chips, or do anything. If you are caught without your alcoholic beverage in your dominant hand, which would be clearly marked with a star drawn on the back, because that's how we do it, then you have to drink. Now, the rules say 1 drink per time you're caught, but we generally end up just finishing your beer. It's more fun that way. What's great about this drinking game is you can actually run this one while you have other drinking games going on. So you can have drinkception happening where people are drinking for drinking games and then drinking for other drinking games at the same time. It gets everybody wasted. Now my final drinking game is elaborate. It also may or may not have resulted in serious injuries in the past, so please be careful. Because it's the best game ever and every best game has injuries. But I still have to tell you to be careful. This game is an adaptation of Flip Cup. You get these red Dixie cups, you fill them up with booze, and you all line up, teams of 4 people aside. You drink the full thing, put it down on the edge of the table, and flip it with your finger so that it flips over. Pretty easy. But when we're drinking, we like things to get more intense. Here's what you need. You're going to need 8 red Dixie cups, a fuck ton of beer, a slip and slide, and a baseball bat. You're also going to need a table, large size, somewhere that you can go and do flipping on it. Just make sure it has the right kind of edge. You want something that's just got a basic 90-degree angle edge, not any one of those weird designy ones, because they make flipping a pain in the ass. How this one works is you get 2 teams of 4 people aside to line up about, I would say, as far away from the table as you can possibly manage with the space that you're provided. The bigger distance, the better. Now this kind of works like a relay race. The first person runs down, drinks their cup, flips it, and runs back. Now where this part is actually fun, instead of just running further to drink, what you have to do is you start off with your baseball bat, you plant that firmly on the ground. Then you put your forehead on the baseball bat. And then what do? You spin around 10 times. 10 whole time. If you don't do a 10, it doesn't count because you're a pussy. Then, once you're all dizzy as fuck, you make a mad dash for that table. Don't knock it over, that's how my friend broke an arm. Then, once you finally stumble your ass over to that table, you do your flip cup. So you drink your beer as fast as you possibly can, flip the cup over, and then instead of running back, you motherfucking slip and slide. Now, it's supposed to be one at a time, but sometimes at the time crunch of Flip Cup, you cannot wait, and you just gotta go. 2 at once. Totally okay. Only the strong will survive. So I'm sure you understand the basic concept there of everybody being really drunk and then getting really, really dizzy, running down, doing the little Flip Cup challenge, and then slip sliding back. How fucking awesome is that? I've never had more fun playing any drinking game ever than I have with that one, and it's only happened like 2 or 3 times in my entire existence. Turns out slip and slides aren't exactly easy to get your hands on short notice. So plan ahead. It may also not be a terrible idea to have a medical professional standing by. So, under the assumption that you guys have all survived my drinking games, because of course you're all dying to throw parties now and you're going to try every single one, right? Then make sure you come back tomorrow and check out Will's list of favorite games. Also, make sure that you leave me some comments down right there in the Crotcho region. Now, on a side note, I have this really bad habit of staying on top of all of the Facebook comments that we get on the Den page, but I'm really bad at getting to the YouTube comments that go on the Den page. So if you really want to leave a comment or you have a question, something that you got to ask me, make sure you post it on the actual Facebook page. And you can check that out, of course, as always, at facebook.com/menoftheden. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, which you can do by going to youtube.com/menoftheden. Next week, we're doing a fucking scavenger hunt. I'm excited. You should be excited. Huzzah!